日本語が好きです。とても好きです。でも、日本語が私に日本語がとても難しいです。I think it's so cool. I just really think it's cool. I got into Kung Fu because of Dragon Ball Z, which before I didn't know what that was when I saw it. I was just like, this is so cool. I was like 11. I was like, what is this? I don't know what it is, but it's really cool. I later found out that it was anime, a Japanese style of animation. And I've since gotten into anime and manga as a result of that. But when I first saw it, it was just people fighting and it looked really awesome. I think what I love about it is the attention to detail. I mean, I really like the food. I like the mentality. Having lived in China, I know there were two separate cultures, but having lived in China, the Eastern mentality and way of thinking is more attuned to my personal way of thinking. So I'm far more interested in, working hard and achieving something than buying stuff and having material things. That's it's not so important to me. 90% of my income is spent on my music because that's what I want to do. I don't go out there and buy the latest fashion and whatnot because it just doesn't intrigue me in the slightest. So yeah, I just think Eastern culture in general is something that interests me, and I've honed onto Japanese culture specifically because I like swords, I like katanas, hence my latest single, Katana Flow. I like anime, I like manga. There's just a lot of stuff that Japan has that I enjoy, and so I think that's it. And again, my other hobby is learning languages, and because I watch so many programs in Japanese, I figured why not learn Japanese so that I don't have to read the subtitles. So, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece is a massive inspiration for me. Naruto, I recently rewatched Death Note, having not liked it the first time, gave it another chance and really liked it. That was after reading the manga first though. I think the manga is a bit better than the anime. Assassination Classroom, Attack on Titan, I like Gintama, it's really weird but I like it. One Punch Man is phenomenal anime, and I'm also really into My Hero Academy. For Halloween, I mean, I don't normally dress up for Halloween, but I actually went I went to a party as Kakashi. Only a handful of people knew who I was, and I didn't care because I knew who I was. And I refused to speak English for the whole night, so that was fun. But no, I don't know, if I went, it would either probably be a Naruto character or a One Piece character because they're very easy to emulate and they've got such a specific style, so it's pretty easy to do. Dragon Ball Z is a little bit more difficult. You need like the big blonde spiky hair and the green contacts and stuff like that. It's doable, but yeah, not yet, but that is, an area that I am, and this is again what I was speaking about, the creative side and the business side. Part of the business side of me making a manga is so that I can start getting myself into that arena, so that I can perform at the Comic-Cons and the Hyper Japans because I actually have a manga. Some of my music videos now are taking a more Eastern anime style approach. So one of my new songs is actually inspired by Naruto, so I'm going to be getting some people who actually dress up, some cosplayers, Naruto cosplayers in the video, which I think is cool. I think it hasn't really been done, so I want to do it. I think it can be because the soundtrack for some animes are phenomenal, and I have bought the soundtracks for some of my favourite animes just because I'm a nerd like that and I like it. I wouldn't say specifically I'm into K-pop, but I have listened to a little bit of K-pop. Some of it I like. All of it's not my style, but yeah, I like some of it. But yeah, it can definitely lead you into music. But more importantly, I think as an artist, you need to just put out what you're interested in, not what you think other people want you to be interested in. You just do what you are interested in, and if your fan base have a similar interest, that helps you to align more strongly with them, if that makes sense. I think it's the feel. I mean, it's going to have an overarching theme to it, which, I mean, the album is called The Way of Shaodow, so it is really my life viewpoint up until this point, what I've achieved, how I've gone about achieving it, those sort of things, not in so many words, not saying, okay, this is exactly how I've done it, but my general ethos on life put across in musical form. So that's the general overarching theme, and with that I can tie together different types of music. So I can legitimately have a metal track on there next to a hip hop track, next to a grime track, next to a jazz track if I want, because the general theme is similar. Yeah, I mean, I train as much as possible. I'm sponsored by a gym, so I get there as much as I can. In my music videos, I definitely want to have some fight scenes in there because, again, I haven't seen it done before, and it's something that interests me. And yeah, literally, it's my interest, and I think that I know my fans well enough to know that they'll think it's cool as well. And the sort of people who would be into my music would like that sort of thing to see. So it just makes sense, you know. Because I'm a nerd like that and I like it, a nerd like that and I like it, a nerd like that, nerd like that, nerd like that and I like it.